And then they find us, and they're like, wow, it's everything that I've done combined into one. We're doing cognitive function, not skill. So the children are getting that cognitive stimulation. We're doing sensory.
Now, when you say they're getting cognitive stimulation, specifically, what are you doing?
Specifically, what we're doing academically, it means that we're academically challenging whichever hemisphere is weak. For instance, we're talking about autism. So typically, again, that's usually most of the time a right hemisphere delay. So some of the things that we're going to do, depending on each child, because it's
I get that.
Just some of the things, for example, those children usually need more self-awareness and social skills. So in our
skills too.
Yeah, so in our cognitive room, what we're doing is we're looking at whatever level they started at, maybe getting the main idea, drawing conclusions, making inferences, thinking outside the box.
And how do you do that? Through a computer program?
No, we have a set of books that we use through Brain Balance that are Brain Balance approved, and a lot of times, the children, if they're on a very low level, they're on picture level, we're just looking at faces. And what do you think? We're getting them to answer those who, what, why, where questions, thinking outside the box. What do you think he's feeling? What time of day do you think, like inferring, it's not said, what time of day do you think it is? Just by what's in the picture. And then when they're up to higher levels and there's words, they're going to read it on their own, or we're going to read it. And a lot of these children are very intelligent.
Yes.
So cognitively, we're like, okay, but we're still doing function. We're still challenging that right brain with things that are typically weak in it. And sensory-wise, you can compare that kind of to occupational therapy, but we're doing it hemispherically. So everything that we do on, say, the left side of the body is stimulating the right brain, and vice versa, except for smell. Olfactory is the only thing that, because the frontal lobe is right here, so it's immediate. So we're doing, like Carrie said, every sense, and there's 2 senses that we really have 7 senses from what I've learned. The typical 5 that I'm sure we do smells. So, and smells, we have hemispheric smells for right and left brain.
Help them refocus if they're having distractibility. We can, send some strong smells home with them, so they have that as part of the home program. Eating. It helps them, yes.
Savor the taste of food when they have a better sense of smell.
Yes, I will be.
Smell creates memory.
Asking many more questions.
It gets them to think outside of the box, like you were saying, Reverend Staff, that your daughter is either black or white. There's no gray. So we're trying to get them to see outside the box.
Self-awareness.
Amazing. Yes.
Like I said, she's highly intelligent. She announced to me a year or 2 ago that she was an atheist.
Oh.
And I laughed.
Oh, goodness.
Because it requires gray faith. She can't get the concept. So I had to inform her, because they do understand rules. They don't try to negotiate rules. It just is. That's that black and white. So in this house there is God. In this house you go to church. And she knows more scripture than most adults that I know.
Really?
So it's just a matter of her being able to comprehend faith, and that's something that she just can't do. Where she is. What do you do? And believe it or not, our hour is almost up.
Wow.
And it really goes fast when the topic is interesting.
Wow, yeah.
But what do you do to help improve the social skills? Are there groups, support groups for where the kids themselves get together? Do they socialize?
We try. They're partnered up. So when they come in, they're going through the program with someone. So it's their partner. So it's 1 adult, 2 children. One thing I will say is proprioception. Self-awareness, equilibrium, that all plays a huge part in our program. Vestibular system, the proprioception, the little receptors in our joints, letting us know where our body parts are in time and space. You'll notice certain children moving just to pay attention. And as my job, I will make teachers aware, sometimes to take the heat off these kids. Hey, this kid is rocking in this chair because he has proprioception as that of a 4-year-old. He's trying to pay attention. The vestibular system, we work on core strength. This all has to do with balance, core. It's unbelievable. The little hairs in our ears that act as soldiers. If, you know, all this stuff has, so we're looking at this and that
the
as
ADD
well.
Kids
becoming
are
self-aware
too.
Yes, definitely.
Because I have two with ADD, and I used to send him to school with little Hot Wheel cars in his pocket, and it was in private school, and that made a big difference to me because they were willing to teach him in a way that he could learn. So he was allowed to stand. He was allowed to keep his hands in his pockets and play with those Hot Wheel cars.
Share with us.
But then when we got to public school, it was all over.
It's only been in private school.